What is up everyone, it is Sacred Saiyan here, welcoming you to the second episode of the series, What If Superman Was in Dragon Ball? If you end up liking today's video, then please consider subscribing. It is free, and you can always unsubscribe later. There's a link in the description of the video showing my Discord server, and also to become a channel member if you want to support the channel. There's now a new channel member tier called Royal Blue, so if you want to support me, then that is definitely the best way to do so. And with all that out of the way, let's get into the second episode of What If Superman Was in Dragon Ball? Some time passes after the last video ended. Clark has been continuing life as normal until Goku recovered, and now Clark has to take some personal days in order to get out of his job, and as for his work as Superman, he just has to hope the Earth will be fine without him for a short time. Superman lands outside of Capsule Corp. Goku and Dr. Briefs have been waiting for him, but now Superman is finally here. Him and Goku can now begin their journey to Namek in the gravity ship. In the 6 days it will take them to get to Namek, Superman and Goku spar while in the increased gravity, making Goku's training far more beneficial than canon, and allowing Goku to reach a power level of 180,000 before they even arrive on Namek, being double that of his canon power level at this time. The pair touch down on Namek, exiting the gravity ship, and Superman instantly feels different. He feels so powerful. Superman thinks for a moment, and then remembers something. His father's consciousness told him that he gets his power from a yellow sun, so he quickly flies into orbit, and sees that Namek has 3 of them. Superman flies back down to the surface of the planet. Landing next to Goku, he senses Gohan and Krillin are in danger, so they need to go and help them now, and Superman agrees, telling Goku to lead the way, and they take off, quickly arriving next to Gohan, who is bloodied on the floor, and Goku gives him a senzu bean, healing him up, and then Goku gives Krillin one as well. Goku and Superman then look at each other, nodding as Goku dashes towards Raccoon, and Superman dashes towards Jeice and Berta. The pair of them moving so fast that the Ginyu Force members can't even track them, and while Goku lands a devastating gut punch on Raccoon, Superman slams Jeice and Berta into the ground, and with those short movements, they are all knocked out. Gohan and Krillin are amazed. That was incredible, but Vegeta doesn't waste this chance, and quickly kills the knocked out Ginyu Force members, saying that they didn't deserve mercy. They wouldn't have shown any to Gohan and Krillin if they didn't arrive on time. Superman says that the same can be said for Vegeta if he wasn't there on Earth, but Vegeta spits on the ground, saying he was talking to his fellow Saiyan warrior, not some scum. Superman just rolls his eyes, and Goku says now isn't the time for arguing. They need to go get the Dragon Balls, and when they look on the Dragon Radar, they see that all the Dragon Balls are in the same place, so they all head off in that direction, arriving at Frieza's ship, where they see Captain Ginyu standing over where the radar says the Dragon Balls are. Goku says that he'll distract that guy, while the others get the Dragon Balls, and they all agree, so Goku lands in front of Captain Ginyu, and begins to fight him, and while they fight, the rest of the group digs up the Dragon Balls, but as they are about to fly away with them, Goku lands on the ground in front of them, and fires a beam at the group, with Superman jumping in the way and tanking the blast. A brutally beaten Captain Ginyu then flies over, and it is revealed Ginyu is actually in Goku's body, and since Ginyu just got a demonstration of Superman's power, he decides he will steal his body instead. So he shouts, "Change now!" But in the second before he finishes shouting it, time slows down for Superman. Superman then grabbing Goku and Ginyu's body, and putting him where he was just standing. So as time goes back to normal, Ginyu accidentally swaps bodies back with Goku, and Superman then uses his freeze breath to freeze Captain Ginyu's mouth shut, so he can't use that technique again. Vegeta then kills the weakened Ginyu, and with that, the entire Ginyu Force is dead, and Krillin then tries to use the Dragon Balls, but for some reason, nothing happens. Gohan says that maybe Namek has a different passcode to use their Dragon Balls, and Goku and Krillin both think that makes sense, but Goku doesn't know how they are meant to get that passcode. Gohan and Krillin say that they can go to the Grand Elder Gurus and get the passcode, and the others can stay and guard the Dragon Balls. Everyone agreeing, but Superman says he'll go with them just in case, so the trio head off, while Goku and Vegeta stand outside of Frieza's ship, and have their first proper interaction in this timeline. While Superman, Gohan and Krillin are flying to the Grand Elder's house, they come across Dende, who was actually sent to summon Porunga for them. So they start to head back, and after they arrive, Dende summons Porunga, and asks what their 3 wishes are. Vegeta is about to say that he wishes for immortality, but he turns, and sees Superman staring directly at him. He knows Superman could just freeze his mouth shut if he tries. Goku tells Dende that the first wish is to revive Piccolo, which is then granted. Their second wish is to revive Chaozu, which is also granted. And just as they're about to make their final wish, the Dragon Balls turn to stone, and Porunga disappears. Everyone has a look of confusion, and Krillin asks Dende if the dragon only granted 2 wishes, but Dende said no. Porunga should have granted 3, and if the Dragon Balls turn to stone, that can only mean the Grand Order Guru has passed. Before anyone has a chance to think, Frieza arrives. Everyone in the group having a look of fear on their face, but Superman isn't scared. He's furious. Superman's eyes begin to glow red. This is the man who has caused so much meaningless bloodshed. Frieza is about to speak, but Superman flies in front of him, punching him in the face and sending him a large distance away. Then flying to Frieza and doing the same thing again and again, until they have traversed the entire planet, and Clark then flies behind Frieza, grabbing him by the head before slamming him into the ground. Everyone is in shock as Frieza is seen laying in a crater, and Superman's eyes stop glowing red, but Frieza isn't done yet. Frieza puts a hand to the floor, shooting an orb of ki through the ground, and it hits the planet's core, beginning planet Namek's destruction, and Frieza laughs, saying that in only 5 minutes, they will all be dead. Superman uses his X-ray vision to see through the ground, and he sees the core of the planet is heating up and beginning to expand. Superman then looks back to the others, and says that they will have to deal with Frieza. He is going to try stop the planet from exploding. Superman then flies straight down into the ground, going directly to the core, where he begins to try use his freeze breath to cool down the core. And while he does this, Frieza stands up, brushing himself off, while Goku, Vegeta, Gohan and Krillin all ready themselves to fight him. After what just happened, Frieza isn't going to take any chances, so he powers up to his final form, and then the battle begins. Goku uses Kaioken times 20, boosting his power level to 3.6 million, and then everyone rushes at Frieza. Remember, Goku never got the Ginyu Zenkai here, so right now, even using Kaioken in short bursts, it only boosts his power level to a bit higher than his canon self-space form, so it is certainly not going to be easy to defeat Frieza. Frieza is enjoying himself. He catches a punch from Vegeta before kicking him into the ground, then strangling Gohan with his tail before throwing him into Krillin. And when Goku jumps in and tries to slam Frieza down with a kick, Frieza simply evades before slamming a ki blast into Goku's chest. But for some reason, every time Frieza knocks him down, they keep getting up without a scratch on them, and the monkeys keep getting stronger. This cycle keeps repeating until Goku reaches a base power level of 6 million, Vegeta reaching a power level of 5 million, and Gohan reaching a power level of 4 million. Frieza is beginning to get irritated. How are they still alive? And Frieza's eyes dart around the battlefield, spotting Dende healing Krillin, and now Frieza finally gets it. That Namekian child keeps healing their injuries. Frieza decides to deal with that nuisance immediately, so he fires a death beam at Dende, but Gohan flies in the way of the beam going straight through his heart as he falls to the ground lifeless. And after that, the entire atmosphere changes. Frieza and Vegeta both turn, and they see Goku standing there, head down as thunder strikes around him. Goku's hair lifts up along with his head, Goku screaming frantically as his pupils begin to fade. Frieza has a terrified expression on his face, but Vegeta starts laughing, and as Goku lets out a final roar, his pupils return with a light blue colour, and his hair turns golden. Due to the loss of his son, Goku has become a Super Saiyan. Meanwhile, Superman has still been trying to keep the planet's core at bay, but he doesn't want to freeze it too much, or else it will have the opposite effect of what he's trying to accomplish. Kami then enters Superman's mind, telling him that he no longer needs to keep this up. In a few moments, they will all be transported to Earth, and Superman is glad he can finally rest. Superman flies to the surface, where he sees Goku in his new transformation decimating Frieza, and in the distance, he sees Porunga, and using his supervision, he sees Dende there as well, and before he knew it, he was back on Earth. Superman then looks around, not seeing Goku anywhere, and asking where he is, but Kami is standing there, and says that Goku decided to stay on Namek, and fight Frieza to the bitter end. Superman says no, he isn't letting his friend die, and he blasts off into space, flying in the direction of Namek as fast as he can, and he has the planets in his sights, but just as he gets near the planet, it explodes, and Superman is pushed back by the explosion. Tears flow down Superman's face as he scans the area with his supervision, not seeing Goku anywhere. All he sees is the top half of Frieza. Superman decides to leave Frieza there, flying back to Earth, and he lands in front of Gohan and Krillin, who ask where Goku is. But as they see a tear fall from Superman's face, they already know the answer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to like, comment, and please do subscribe. It is quick and easy to do. Also, I want to give a huge thank you to All Might, Mega EXO, Boldemir Garcia, Camo Ren, and Jonathan Way for becoming channel members. If you want to be shouted out at the end of a video, and get other perks like the channel members here, then there is a link in the description down below to become a channel member. It greatly supports me, and helps me immensely. With all of that out of the way, hope to see you all in the next episode of What If Superman Was in Dragon Ball?